I'm Jim O'Neill. I've been at the University of Connecticut for 30 years, and I teach in the Department of Educational Psychology and Counseling program. My research started back at the University of Kansas in the late 70s. Gender role conflict is how men internalize their identity and their feelings about being a man. And if it's done in a very restrictive way, then it can have negative consequences for the man, but also can have negative consequences for others. This is a construct that I developed in the early 80s, and it really has become a big part of the psychology of men. I created a measure, the gender role conflict scale. There have been about 300 studies that have used the scale. It's probably the largest database that we have on men's mental health and gender roles. And so that's been really an exciting part of my career, to work with so many people across the country who are interested in understanding men in a new way. I'm really pleased to be in the Neag School of Education. It's really a center of excellence. Most of the people here have a passion for improving education, a passion for helping students find out what they're supposed to do with their lives. I think ideally the best situation is where the professor is inspiring the student. How do we get people to use their potential? How do we get them to work through the process? But also when the student is inspiring the professor.
If you're not attentive to them and listening to them and building that trust and rapport, you're really not going to get anywhere.
Just keeping track mentally of your conversation while still active listening.
All right, so this capacity to listen and hear and store. When there's that mutual stimulation occurring, then I think you have something very dynamic and something very special, and that's really sustained me over the 30 years that I've taught in the university setting. At the graduate level, I teach courses in career development, human development over the lifespan, and primary prevention. At the undergraduate level, I teach the Introduction to Counseling and Psychoeducation. Also teach a course on the psychology of men. My overall goal with every student is to infuse hope and optimism. And some of you have disclosed here in the class the struggles that you've been through. Psychoeducation is using psychological processes and principles to deepen people's learning and understandings of themselves. It's a very moving experience to see a student struggle with an issue that they're dealing with in their lives and to resolve it. It's very renewing to me. And those things matter. Those things matter. People's lives are changed because of what we can do here at the university. If just one person changes themselves, redirects themselves, and improves themselves because of my class, then I think the course has been successful. That's why I like to come to the university each day. It's because I know that differences can be made. Differences can be made with things that matter to people.